In one moment, we're going to go to Kevin Cerulli. We'll come back to you, Megan and Winnie, but Kevin Cerulli is down on Capitol Hill with a very important guest. Kevin.
Thank you, David. We're here with Senator Lindsey Graham, the Republican from South Carolina. Thank you, Senator, for the time. A lot of comparisons in the past 24 hours to Watergate, a lot of comparisons and questions about the timing of President Trump's decision to fire Director Comey. What do you make of it, Senator?
Well, to compare this to Watergate is a rewriting of history. I don't remember the Democratic leader during the Watergate era calling for the dismissal of Archibald Cox. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, called for Comey's dismissal. Democrats in droves believe had lost confidence in him. In terms of the timing, the Deputy Attorney General, who seems to be well respected by everybody, wrote a letter to the president saying that Director Comey needs to be replaced. We need new leadership, and we're going to get new leadership.
Senator, in covering you, you have emerged as a lawmaker who has not always agreed or sided with President Trump, particularly on foreign policy and his discussions with Russia. So do you have any concerns that the firing of Director Comey will somehow muddy the waters of an investigation to get to the bottom of what happened in the 2016 election?
No, I don't, because I have a lot of faith in the professionals at the FBI. There's a counterintelligence investigation going on as to whether or not there was collaboration between the Trump campaign and Russian officials on the counterintelligence side. If that matures into a criminal investigation, then we'll talk about a special prosecutor. I know the Intelligence Committee is working well together, Warner and Burr. I'm working, I think, good with White House. So this is not about a single person, it's about a system. I don't believe the system's been compromised, but I do believe this. At different times, for different reasons, people ask for a new FBI director. Now they're going to get one.
When you look at the administration and how it has handled its foreign policy, President Trump going on his first international trip next week, are you satisfied with the change, or have you noticed a change in his dealings with Russia?
So he's got the best national security team since I've been up here. I hope he'll listen to them. When it comes to Russia, Russia interfered in our election. I don't think they changed the outcome, but they need to be punished. I don't know if there's collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians, but I want to look and turn over every rock. I want to see who leaked a lot of classified information for political purposes. So I want to look at all things Russia. When it comes to his foreign policy, I think firing the missiles at Assad for using chemical weapons was long overdue. I think he's got a right approach to North Korea by getting China involved. When it comes to Russia, they can be helpful in Syria, but I'm not going to accept a deal that leaves Assad in power. I would advise the president be aware of the bear. They're not teddy bears. And no matter what Russia does with us in Syria, I'm hell-bent on punishing the Russian government for trying to undermine our 2016 election. Even though they didn't change the outcome, they tried to interfere, and they're doing it all over the world, and Putin and his cronies need to be punished, and I hope the president agrees with that. If he doesn't, we're going to have a conflict on our hands.
Senator, in the less than a minute we have left, just final two questions. Should there be a special prosecutor, number one? And number two, what do you say to Americans who share your concerns, who want to overturn every rock to see what went on in 2016, but look at this firing as perhaps an example of the president trying to get rid of the person who is investigating him?
Well, the firing was based on a letter from somebody who we all respect, the Deputy Attorney General. I believe the investigation will go forward. Both parties at different times have called for the dismissal of Mr. Comey. So this is not Watergate. In terms of what the Congress is going to do, I want to know all things Russia. And it's important that we understand what happened. I don't have a desire to punish President Trump, nor do I have a desire to not hold him accountable. There are a lot of people who believe he's not legitimately elected. I'm not one of them. I didn't vote for the guy, but he won. But at the end of the day, the system is bigger than Mr. Comey. And this is what gives hypocrisy a bad name. The very Democrats are calling this Watergate at a different time for a different reason, call for his dismissal. Here's what's incumbent upon the president. He's got to pick somebody, I think, that will unite the country. I think he can, and I hope he will.
Senator Lindsey Graham, thank you for coming on Bloomberg. We appreciate your time. David, back to you.